Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Inner Circle. We're going to talk about Tiffany dial watches today. I titled this video Tiffany Dials in Unexpected Places, but it is a little bit misleading because it is really a product of the last few years that we associate a Tiffany dial with a particular color, with the Tiffany blue, so to speak. That had a lot to do with the particular and peculiar hype that the Tiffany dial 5711A has generated, a limited edition piece made in a run of 170 pieces to commemorate the collaboration between Patek Philippe and Tiffany and Company for 170 years, and the hype that Rolex Oyster Perpetuals caught with the Neostella new colorful lacquered dials, including the turquoise in various case sizes. Now, before then, before 2020, let's say 2021, in fact, to be absolutely real about it, everyone thought of Tiffany dials as co-branded, co-signed watches, mostly Rolex and Patek Philippe watches that were, of course, at one point not only retailed by Tiffany, but actually co-signed by them. And obviously, it wasn't only Rolex and Patek Philippe retailed by Tiffany and Company, but so many other brands. So we are going to look at three different ones today. We start with Universal Genev. This is a very interesting piece with fancy lugs, so to speak, in 18 karat yellow gold with a silver dial that has beautiful circular brushing, a self-winding chronometer watch. I haven't quite figured out what the 28 on the dial stands for, although that itself may be a special kind of commemorative print on the dial because the piece is actually signed on the back, actually engraved on the back to Stuart from mom and dad. Beautiful and unique piece with stick markers, the double branding by Universal Genève and Tiffany, three-hander with Dauphine hands, beautiful watch. The official measurement is 33 millimeters, and the piece has these fancy lugs that would give it a larger wrist presence. Now, for once, this actually happens to be listed by a friend. This is a Wind vintage listing. As you know, Eric Wind is a friend of the channel. I have, however, chosen this piece completely on my own. I didn't come up upon it because Eric told me, but I just thought I should disclose that for the sake of transparency. So there we go. This is Universal Genève 10372-2, retailed and co-signed by Tiffany and Company in 18 karat yellow gold, listed by Wind Vintage for 2,900 US dollars at Chrono 24. That's the buy it now price, but as always, Eric is willing to entertain offers, uh, feel free to reach out to him and tell him that I sent you, and please don't lowball him. I'm sure he will take care of you in either case. Now, the second piece is even more unpredictable, perhaps. This is a Girard-Perregaux dive watch, Gyromatic super diver. I really love this watch. I love the cushion shaped case. I love the color of the dial, which in some way patinated into some sort of blue, maybe like a powder blue to slate gray to powder blue. I love the orange accents. Maybe I'm not too sure about the Pen 15 minute hand, but it's all good. Um, Also, I've always adored internal rotating bezels. This one is actually fully graduated for this 60 minutes, but has a particular um, marker for the first 10, which is, of course, essential, which is, of course, the most important. There is also an opening for the dates at 3 o'clock. I think this is a beautifully designed watch. It's an added value that it comes on its own bracelets, and it presents the unique combination of Gérard Perregaux and Tiffany and company on the dial. You don't see a lot of these. Now, as with a lot of unique pieces by Gérard Perregaux from a bygone age, it's a little bit overpriced for my liking. I'm just leaving it to you. It's for you to judge whether it's a good price or not. This piece is listed actually by a professional dealer from Austria for 7,231 US dollars on Chrono 24. That being said, the seller remains open to negotiation, so that is always an option. This was Gérard Perregaux Gyromatic Super Diver, co-signed by Tiffany at 6 o'clock. Last but not least, we have a beautiful dress watch by Blancpain. This is their Vieret in platinum. It is so perfect. It is so muted, so subtle, with an exhibition case back that gives you a glimpse onto that hand wound caliber, individually numbered, comes actually on a Tiffany branded ostrich bracelet as well. This is just pure class. It's the kind of piece that smells like old money. It is the kind of watch someone in the know would wear, but also someone could literally who could not care less about someone else's opinion. Fantastic piece. For $8,500, you get two legendary names. Blancpain, the oldest watch manufacturer in the entire world, never made a quartz watch, and they never will. And Tiffany and Company, beautiful, subtle, an elegant dress watch in 33 millimeters of diameter and just 6 millimeters of thickness. This is the Blancpain Vieret and Tiffany and Company. So these are the three watches. I think my pick would absolutely be this Blancpain Vieret. I think it is just about the perfect dress watch. It's whispers class without having to scream. It doesn't even need a second's hand to make that statement. The Girard-Perregaux Gyromatic Super Diver and Universal Genev 18 karat yellow gold dress watch with a beautifully circular brushed silver dial. The three Tiffany dial pieces that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you again for everything that you do to sustain my platform. Thank you again for your support. If you have any questions about these three listings, if you have any inquiries whatsoever about Tiffany dial watches, about Universal Genève, about GP, about Blancpain, please feel free to send them over to me. I am at your service. I'm so grateful to you. Please do not hesitate to write to me here. Send me an email at lordhellespontv@gmail.com or reach out to me on Instagram at jan.brando. I'll see you on the next live stream. Until then, I bid you adieu. Thank you.